Okay, so you want to rest-a-mod a Nikki carburetor for your rotary engine. Good on you. This is the original intake that Mazda strapped on their 12A designed rotary engines for 1.5 decades. Not a bad innings, as the Kiwis say. These are a very streetable design. Stick around for a minute and I'll show you what Red does with this later RX-7 model. Tuned properly, the 4-barrel can run well at both low speed and wide open throttle. And just like modifying your intake ports, there are a few common routes that folks can take with the final setup. Most commonly is to choose between a mechanical secondary setup or vacuum velocity controlled 3rd and 4th barrel, and what to remove from the airflow path, like the choke. As you see here, Red is keeping a collection of homeless chokes. Either way, you're going to need to get all the passages cleaned up. This is not the worst looking example Red has restored, but it is up there. Most notably is the fuel inlet pipes, or their lack of. It looks as though someone has severed them off. For what reason, I don't know. Also, some of the accelerator pump accessories are missing, along with the fine threaded idle control stop screw. What we will remove ourselves are these tiny fuel filters placed inside the air horn fuel inlet. The earlier Nikki models have a smaller filter design that pins onto the back of the needle seats. These restrict fuel flow when blocked. We'll just add on an inline filter at the inlet, like this Ryco Z198 with its micron rating of 17. Clearly, when this carburetor was last running, it looks like it was leaking fuel. So a new set of gaskets will be fitted at in every case, including the sight glass bezel and main jet plugs. Anything electrical needs to be removed before cleaning, like this throttle position sensor. Some screws are known to give the disassembler headaches. Some heat is a good way to ensure you crack any stubborn screws loose. Or in this case, some heat from a heat gun helped release a gasket holding the air horn on tight. Red has employed a soldering iron to help direct heat at the secondary throttle linkage retaining screw, which is notoriously stubborn. Once all the throttle body linkages have been documented and removed, an overnight soak in a 1-to-4 solution of simple green cleaner will clean that muck up. How far you go cleaning those up is up to you, as it is not going to affect performance. What is going to affect performance goes on mostly inside the carburetor. So while we wait for this example to soak, why don't you hit the follow button as we rebuild and modify this last iteration of the Nikki. We'll start from the bottom on the throttle body, working our way up to the carburetor's main body, and a final video of the air horn mods and reassembly. All going well, we will tune this bad boy and see if anyone on the market still wants to buy these things. Until then, I wish you the best from Red's Rotors.